before our pre-warm-ups, the student section was basically like you couldn't see an empty seat. So to have that support from the student section, hearing their chants throughout the game, hearing their energy, it really just it energizes us as well. So when when it is like when it was like 56-10, we keep on going because everyone's still in the crowd, although it's raining, they're waving the towels, and it really just adds another layer. And also, I think it made it really hard for Illinois to play here. So I think that helped our defense a lot. Our defense did a fantastic job, and really appreciate all the fans coming out and supporting us.
What kind of statement did this win make?
I thought it made a great statement. Whatever statement it made, I'm going to leave that to Coach Sig. I don't want to go or undermine him, but I think that it showed that we are a great Big Ten team and that we could run and throw the ball because we had a ton of yards rushing, and then we also had a ton of success passing the ball. And I think it's starting to click, starting to come together. So I really think as an offense, I can't speak defensively, but as an offense, it's really starting to click, and really glad that we're all meshing together. And yeah, there's still stuff I got to clean up. I missed Elijah and Cooper on 2 throws there, but we're gonna get back to that and have those cover zero checks ready and be ready for Iowa.
I know part of it's experience, but Kurt said you've accelerated the last few weeks, your growth, your development. What has been the key for you to kind of maybe slow things down or kind of get you to that next level that he's been seeing more recently?
Yeah, I would say it's the coaching and then also the confidence my teammates have in me. When my teammates have a ton of confidence and we're going to score, we have a great quarterback, and when they say that, it kind of fulfills me a little bit because I want to serve my teammates. And I want to serve my teammates. And my goal is really to serve my teammates and praise God. Those are really my 2 goals. And I think that early in the season, like Old Dominion, I was a little wanted to have too perfect of a season and wanted it to be a little. I was trying to force completions here and there. But as soon as I kind of went back and was coached by Coach Whitmer, Coach Shanahan, and Coach Signetti, hey, you got to stick to the process, one play at a time, 0-0, no emotion. I got back into being who I am with trying to accelerate my footwork, finish throws, and to really just trust my eyes and to rip the ball. So,
is that a constant fight though? Because Kurt mentioned that you have a drive to be perfect or drive to be great. Is it hard to kind of battle those when you say you want to be perfect all the time? But is it hard to kind of pull back and say trust your teammates, trust your coaching? Is it a constant battle to have that for you?
I would just say, when I have such great teammates and great coaches, it helps me and gives me a little sense of security. Because although we won tonight, still had 2 incompletions I didn't really like, especially to Elijah, the stutter, and then me and Cooper need to get on the same page on the out route and cover 0. But it's the drive to get better, and you're never going to be 100% perfect, and if you are, there's always going to be something, one play in the game, but it's that drive to be perfect and to have to never be complacent. And that's the reason I came here, is to become the best quarterback that I could become, and to see my development accelerate is what I want, and I want to keep on accelerating tenfold and keep on having exponential growth throughout the season.
You guys went for it on 4th and short early in that first quarter. As a tie game, got it, and scored 56 in the next 59 points.
Yeah.
Did that play set the tone for what was to come?
Yeah, I would say that play set the tone. We had a little off-script drive 1 that just wasn't us, and then drive 2, the 3rd down play, they actually defended it very, very well. I probably should have thrown it to EJ, but didn't have my eyes all the way inside, didn't want to force anything, wanted to protect the ball and protect the points. That's the big emphasis, is if I can protect the ball, which is a great offense, that I know we'll be able to score and be able to win the game. So at that point I was like, all right, I'll run it. And it probably wasn't a great decision. Probably give a little more, throw it to EJ. But it set the tone. Like, hey, we're in the 50-yard line. We can set them up with great field position, but we have confidence in our offensive line and running game and our tight ends that, hey, we're going to get it.
You guys went to the bench right before he sent you guys back out. Did you expect to go for it when you went off the field? Did you know?
In the past, we've gone for a lot of 4th and 1s and 4th and inches, but I was just really up to Coach Sig's call. I was like, all right, we're punting the ball, great. Let me get to the next opportunity, next drive. And then when we on the bench, came back out, I'm like, oh, fantastic, here we go. We're going to score this drive because I know we're going to get the 4th and 1.
Now, this was your first.
How locked in do you feel this week in general?
I felt pretty locked in. I felt that the focus, and I've gotten into a good routine here where I'm trusting my preparation. I know it's what's going to work. I know it's how it's going to pay off, and the intentionality that our offense is able to bring to practice, it was at a next level. And we had a really good Thursday practice, so I think that helped us move some confidence. But there's always nicks and knacks trying to clean up. That we got to clean up some timings throughout practice, but I felt that we were very locked in at practice, and now that we see what we could do as an offense, I think it's only going to exponentially grow.
Next up is your first road test of the year. Tough place to play, and how nice is it being 4-0?
It's great being 4-0, but honestly, right now I feel like we're 0-0 because we have Iowa next week. They have a great team. I believe they beat Rutgers last night, I try not to watch like I love watching football. I love watching football, but before the game, I try to like lock in more and the game we're playing. But they had a great game. I believe they scored like 38 points or something like that. My friend Mark Gronowski is actually the quarterback, so we've actually we were at the Manning Pass Academy together, and he's a great guy. I really like him, and really happy for his success last game. And so I'm really excited to play Iowa. I heard they have a fantastic road environment. So I mean, that's another challenge for us.
Now it's the first of many tests for you. So moving forward, what's kind of the mindset? Is it one game at a time, one play at a time, or are you looking forward to anybody
It's one
else?
game and one play at a time. It's one practice rep at a time. Now I got to focus. Hey, what time we're going to watch film, and then I got to focus on our Monday walkthrough. How I'm going to get those guys. Are we all going to get those guys locked in to make sure, hey, like we're not, being complacent? And so, I mean, I know we have great leaders in offense. I can say basically the entire offensive line, led by Coogan, Carter, Bray, Khalil, Drew. I mean, all those guys are fantastic. So I know that we're going to have good intentionality this week, and it'd be really good for us because Iowa's a really loud place. So we got to work silent count most likely, and got to headsets and stuff like that. So I'm waiting for the challenge.
Indiana did this a lot to teams last year. I'm sure you saw it when you were studying them. What's it like to be a part of that type of dominance that was pretty regular out around here last year?
Yeah, so my whole thing is to never be complacent. Last year, although I was not at Indiana, watched a lot of games with my brother, saw the blue teams out. Last year I was in a similar predicament. We were on College game day, Cal versus Miami, and I believe it was 27 at halftime or 37. I don't know the score, but it was a large lead, and Miami ended up coming back and winning. So that kind of taught us Cal, who I'm really happy that they're I believe they're 3-0 or 4-0 right now. I don't know how their game went today, but I'm really happy for them. But it really taught me never to be complacent. We thought I was fantastic. I was so happy. We're like, oh, we're up on Miami. Let's go. It's my hometown team. So it taught me, like in the locker room, like, hey, everyone had the same message. Hey, we got to stay locked in, and we got to really step on their throats and finish this game.
You guys just set a Big Ten record, most points ever by a Big Ten team against an AP top 10 team, 63 points. Why do you feel you were that dominant?
If I'm being completely honest, I think it's just focusing on us. I think it's focusing on us, and when we take away the outside media hype and all that outside noise and really focus on executing one play at a time, I think that we're a dominant offense, and I'm really glad I was able to be a point guard today, distribute it to our running backs, distribute it to our receivers, and be a part of it.
When your special teams unit gets the scoring started with a big play on that pump block touchdown, what does that do for the team, and how did you feel like that kind of got things going tonight?
Yeah, we had a great block by D'Angelo Pons. I mean, fantastic. I mean, he's such a great talent and such a great guy to have on defense. Gives us such great security because he's such a lockdown corner. And then, the punt block, and that's fantastic. You start, and then we also had, 2 good punts by Quinn Warren, who's, one of my roommates, and he fantastic. I mean, he pinned him on the one. And, it really shows that how great our punt team is and how great all our special teams are, and how that's a big part of the game that not a lot of people talk about. But really happy for D'Angelo, really happy for Quinn, both great special team performances.
Last one, you mentioned your routine. You change up your personal routine at all from last year, Cal? Teams obviously different, practice schedules different, but you personally, have you done anything noticeably different as you've kind of prepared for games and things
So
like that?
I would say Cal is a morning practice team, and we're afternoon practice team here. So evidently that switches stuff up. Also at Cal, I was finishing my business degree, so I had a lot more in-person classes. Here, still take my class, very academic. That's a big thing. Is I'm really grateful that I'm able to have a scholarship in order to pursue my academic career. But I would say, so those have kind of flipped. And I would say that I had a pretty similar routine, but with Coach Whitmer coming in and really kind of giving me a day-by-day routine that he actually got from, I'm blanking. I don't know if it's Chad Henne. I don't know if it's the right word, but he was backer for the Chiefs. Chad Henne. And then he was back for the Chargers with Justin Herbert. And before that, he was actually on the Saints, so he got Drew Brees' routine. And Patrick Mahomes, helped him with that because he was a veteran guy. And then, so when he was at the Chargers with Chad Henne, he was able to see, hey, what did Drew Brees, what did prepare? So I have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday checklist that I do. It really helps me feel prepared. And evidently, you've still got to go above and beyond and watch more film with that with my receivers and offensive line after practice. But I think that puts us in a good situation and know what we're coming and kind of get all bases covered.
All right, thanks, Fernando.